You'll be one and all.
Sandy,
How you doing?
nice seeing you again today.
Lovely to see you. Thanks for coming along.
I know a little bit about the bell tower up there and what used to happen and everything because Alan just told me about it. But the story I want is why those 338 babies are buried in there.
That we don't know. What happened is these were children in the orphan homes in here, and sadly they gained their golden wings. We do not know why. There's no records, anything. Couriers, they're telling us of no records. They must have records. They're not showing us. All we know is that there were 358 children.
Were they just from the Quarries village?
Yes.
So you're telling me that 27 years, 330 kids died in care?
No, from 1888 to 1971.
But that sign says, the plaque says from 1971 to 1998.
So from 1800 to 1900, there've been 338 little children laid to rest in here, but that were more. But they were taken home by their parents to be laid to rest there. There were others who were sent to Canada, Australia. We do know there were over 7,500 taken from here and sold to Canada.
Child exploitation.
And then also there were over
child trafficking.
Sorry, there were over 7,500 sent to Canada. There were 3,400 sent to Australia. We do know that. We've got the proof. But when the children died, most of them hadn't any parents that's buried in here. No one.
Went into
so
care.
This is where they're laid to rest. There are headstones in the graveyard where people split up for themselves. So when they pass away, they'll be laid to rest in there. We'll show you this during the day. We'll take you a walk round Warriors today. We'll tell you the good and the bad. Because it wasn't all doom and gloom. There were brilliant days in here, there's no doubt that. But Jane and I, well, Jane was taken out of here at 14, and just over here, we'll take you over, we call Pooh Bridge, where we pay poo sticks, and there's a chestnut tree, and Jane and I would sit there and talk about our future together, and how we were going, but at 14 it came to an end, and we didn't see each other again for 48 years, that was 8 years ago, and we met up again. We come back down here to relive the happy times. So we took a walk around the bridge, and then we decided to go into the graveyard to pay our respects.
Yeah.
And as we walked in, Jane goes to me, she goes, where are they? I goes, what? She goes, a kid's headstones. And I looked, and oh my God, no. Oh, no. So I was raging. I set up a meeting with Quarries. We got the meeting with Quarries in the first week of January 2017. It was promised work would start immediately. They were apologising. Everything, they couldn't have been any nicer. And we waited, nothing was happening. So we were forced at the end to go to the press about this. So we managed to get the headstone. Hiya. Oh, hiya. So,
yeah, that's me,
Yeah, I sent that to you. You got it, didn't you?
We went to the press about this, and we promised that nothing. They laid in the first 2 rows of headstones, and then about 3 months later, still nothing. So again, we started, and then, but before this, they told us there were never any children's headstones in this place. We goes, yes, they were. Well, we had to prove this, and Jane and I and the Quarries Warriors, there's 180 of us, but we're all overseas. You know, there's about 15, 20s in, in the UK. So, we've done everything we can. We were checking records, we were doing everything. We could not get the proof that they were. And we were almost saying, we're never going to do this. No more thanks. And it was one night with Jane, the sister, we were in her house, we were having a meal, and we were speaking about it. She goes, she had a video of quarries, and it showed you. So I got the video, I watched it, and you can see Jane and I when we were kids, never Jane's brother and sister, she built to her, and then it comes down onto the graveyard and you see all the kids' headstones. So we took it to quarries, we let them see it, and they denied it was their graveyard. You know?
It's sick. Yeah, it's
And
sick.
yet you'll see
That was
William
right.
Quarries headstone in there. No, this is not ours.
That's sick.
So again we went back to the press and we put pressure on them,
Yeah.
and we threatened them that we would march round here and we would make ourselves heard.
Yeah.
So that done the trick. We started getting the work done. Then COVID came into it. We managed to get the kids' headstones replaced. We held our first service. That was in 2019. Then there were other work we wanted done. As you see, there were gate here, but on the other side they weren't.
Yeah.
And people were coming in with their dogs, and they were letting them do their needs. And they weren't happy about this. So we wanted them to put a gate up.
Right.
We also discovered at this time that there were 6 children that we discovered. We done it. The honest one, we spoke chucked that money together and an aerial survey done. So we knew exactly where each child was.
Right.
What is what they said? And it was identical. So we knew, they knew. So they couldn't do anything wrong. So anyway, the next thing, they weren't doing anything. Because we wanted these 6 children's names. There's a big plaque, we'll show you, we'll tell you everything about this later, about the plaque and everything else. So it took them a long while to do that. From us getting the headstones replaced, to us having our service, we wanted to do a service.
Right.
They wouldn't let us, they were denying us. And they told us most of the cottages now are sold off.
Privately owned.
But they were blaming the owners and they didn't want us. So I said, I'm going out this evening. When I got email, so I phoned them up. Well, the owners don't want. I goes, I'll see this evening. I goes, I'm going round this grate. I goes, I'm going round every house in here.
Yeah.
I goes, and I'm going to let it be known and find out the reason why they don't want us. I goes, it won't stop us. So I just put the phone down. I was so angry. 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, it was even maybe 3-4 minutes later,
Yeah.
my phone rang, picked it up, and it was Quarries. They tell me within that time they called a meeting with the residents,
Yeah.
and it was agreed we could hold our service. Then they told us we couldn't park here because they don't own the car park. Okay, it belongs to the residents.
Yeah.
And they didn't want it. I goes, is this the same? I goes, well, I'm going out again. Again, they called another meeting within the same time. Right?
Yeah.
It's okay, you can park here.
Yeah.
Our own personal park we wanted to put up, they were everyone was rejected it.
To everything.
But now, 5 years later, this year, we've seen the last of the work being completed.
Do you know what really bothers me at the moment? I've just walked up those steps, right? And I've seen the for sale sign
Yeah.
for the church. Is that graveyard going to go with that shit?
No, that's,
Is that going to be kept separate?
yeah, that'll be there forevermore. The kids' headstones will be there forevermore now. We've
Right.
got warriors coming on who's going to make sure that place is kept.
I hope so, because
But
normally when they
the
sell a
well, what
churchyard,
happens here-
they normally move everything
Yeah, well,
some
we
other
did-
place.
We did here, but we can't prove. We cannot prove this. The church was sold to a private investor, and he converted it all into flats. And at the back end, the houses looking on it.
Oh, it's
And
not
they
actually
did-
it's not actually a church at the moment.
No.
It's actually flat. So
Yeah.
that for sale sign is just for
That's for a house
it's
for
just
sale.
for
Yeah,
just
once-
part of it
yeah.
for sale, is it? Yeah.
But on the other side, the houses were looking onto the graveyard, and they didn't want houses looking onto a kid's graveyard.
Right.
Now, we heard this from somebody in Quarries, but we can't prove it.
Right.
So they removed the headstones. They tried to make out that they were removed in the 60s. That is a load of bullshit. They weren't removed.
That's
They
sad.
weren't even removed in the 70s. They weren't removed in the 80s. They weren't removed in the 90s.
They were still here
I
then.
know that.
Yeah,
It was
still
true.
here.
So it was when that church was sold, that's when they were removed. They
Illegally then.
Pardon?
Removing a headstone is illegal.
Yeah, it is illegal. Oh, what's your back now? So it
Yeah.
is illegal what they've done. Hey, So what they done is illegal.
Yeah.
People are legal. And yet, nothing's been done about it.
That's sick. It's absolutely. It's just pity you couldn't get a picture or something from the past, which was dated or something. And there's somebody's bound to have taken a photo in there over the years.
Everything with quarriers, even the Scottish Child Abuse Inquiry, they had punishment books. When we get punished, that'd be marked in.
Yeah.
If we get a belt, if we get slapped, what for? That'd be that went missing.
Well, that's understandable. That is.
They had a book
There's
for
abuse.
so they had a book. There were people came here looking for children to take out. Now we can prove this was designed of children. We have got the proof.
Yeah.
Because it's St James records. They were a family looking for a young girl, must be between the ages of 5 and 7 years of age. Must have either blue, they were looking for a wee girl between the ages of 5 and 7. Must have blonde hair, blue or brown eyes. Jane was sent there. Now Jane wakes up regularly dreaming about this fourth poster. We do know there were children taken out by these people and abused, but this has all went missing. Everything's went missing. My records has went missing. There's so many of us who were badly abused. I don't think I've
No, you were, mate. You said your abuse is.
No, I mean,
is it? You were younger for your abuse, so I'd say it was worse than my abuse. My abuse was 15 to 16 years of age, like, do you mean? But yours, you were much younger.
It was about a week after mate's birthday.
Yeah.
And he got his father and he told the boys to get out. There were 16 boys in my cottage, and every one of them was abused, and children before me and after. After I left, it became a boys' girl cottage. And that evil, I'm sorry for my language, but I don't comment. That evil bastard had his choice who he wanted to abuse.
Yeah.
He just didn't like sex. He liked oral sex. He liked to be masturbated.
Yeah.
And I had all that done to me.
Sick, mate.
4 times. That
Sick.
I was raped. The oral, masturbation, I don't know many. I didn't understand what was happening. I did know what the beatings were.
Yeah.
And I reported my abuse to the office, and I was forced to apologise that. And if you just Google Troy, Troy, Warriors Orphan Homes, I'm the man that called myself Troy at Scottish Child, you'll see it all, what happened.
Sick. I think they're waiting for you in there.
So, I'll let you go in.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll be documenting all this, so.
No bother. So that's just party.
I'll catch you a bit later.
There, Mandy, we're waiting on you. There you are, that's all.
I can't start without you.
Hiya, lovely.
Right, folks, so that's a bit of the story.